Ladies and gentlemen, it's Adrian Zdunczyk, CMT Charter Market Technician. Welcome to today's AMA session with our incredible partners at Credefi. And I'm joined by no other than Ivo Grigorov, who is the head, who is the leader, who is one of the reasons this project, keeps prospering in the RWA scene, because Ivo and I, we had just brief discussion before coming on the show that, RWA is basically, as the sector, is one of the very few market sectors that is performing well, that keeps up the pace, that keeps raging up and ramping up. And there's so much of the secret sauce that I'm going to be pulling the tongue from you to tell us a little bit on the details, because we're going to be talking about how far can RWA truly be pushed in the next couple of months, with crypto being right there, the little bit of a verge of a breakdown right now as of today. Bitcoin, all the tensions from the Iran and Israel missiles, and there's so much uncertainty also from the macro financial factors, right? So all that combined still is not enough to stop the RWAs, and I think it's going to be a perfect case study for us to double down and delve deeper with Credefi. Welcome to the show, Ivo. How are you feeling today, brother?
Hey guys. Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure as always being here, and love speaking to you, Adrian. Thanks for the kind words. We are doing our best. I mean, I do think that you're completely right. RWAs are, doing, in terms of development, they're doing much better than anybody else, I guess. But that's also probably because, and I mean it with all seriousness here, is that we're probably one of the few which are kind of like treating this as a business, as a corporate level structure. We are working. And tirelessly, basically, we don't care about the market. And I mean, it's not that we don't care, it's just that we know that there is shifts, ups and downs, volatile situations, etc. But at the end of the day, the moment you start generating revenue, which at Credefi we're actually doing, and especially if you're cash positive, you are in the clear. I mean, in the clear, in the sense that you have a business idea, it's proven, the concept is working, and all you need is the right kind of support and the right momentum, and you're ready to fly, basically. So, and I just came back from the US, to be honest. I'm sure probably some of your audience already knows, but also yourself. But a lot of great things are looking into our sector. And yeah, I'm gonna spill a bit of beans here, but man, I'm more positive than ever, and I really do mean that. I swear it. I'm basically
So
very, very
what
excited
happened? What happened? Give us the
that's what
secrets.
comes.
What happened in US?
Well, as maybe some of you know, but other listeners might not know, we were selected basically from more than 3,000 projects. We were selected together with Plume for the accelerator program of Plug and Play, the first batch ever for RWA, and Credefi was amongst them. And yeah, we were invited basically at the end of the accelerator program to pitch in front of more than 3,000 people, and there were judges, etc., like from J.P. Morgan, from Morgan Stanley. I mean, a lot of the great names, U.S. Bank, basically conglomerates, and they were all there, man. I mean, they were all there listening. All of the heads of innovation of all of those banks, institutions, etc., were there, and we had some networking sessions. I don't want to go like too fast forward, but yeah, overall, whoever, and that's not an investment advice, it's the reality. Whoever is vested into RWA and into solid projects, I think is already a winner. And I mean, in the long run, of course.
Yeah, and that is to prove as well that there's an actual substance in a sense in what Ivo is saying and sharing, right? Because we're talking about $24 billion, more than $24 billion locked in on the on chain, right? In private credit, private stocks, tokenized treasury debts, tokenized commodities, corporate bonds. While the total stablecoin value is a little bit south from 240 billion. So altogether conglomerates, well over 250 billion. It's a gigantic, stance right there. 262 billion as we speak, right? Even more.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at USDC, etc. Also with their IPO and what they did. I mean, even in those markets, people are recognizing the potential of us.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I say of us, of actual,
Yeah.
RWA focused projects which are already with something to show for. And yeah, I mean, as you said, look, you can definitely see the numbers, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna increase drastically in the next 5 years. And I mean, not pretty sure. I'm 100% sure that this is gonna happen.
Correct. So 2020, June 2025, and if we take it to June 2022, we're looking at 3.5 against now 24.3, right? So this
Yeah,
is well over 7x basically over the
yeah,
last 3 years. 700% growth. It's
yeah. Then
gigantic, right?
it's gigantic, but it's still a very small drop in the ocean. And I mean, like, there's trillions of dollars going around in terms of financial assets, and at least from what I've heard and from what the perspective is, I think that quite a big portion of that is gonna shift towards blockchain as well.
Correct. And speaking of which, right, you just launched lately Credefi 3.0. So why is this upgrade kind of like one of the biggest steps, the biggest milestones, and how is it going to help basically for Credefi to benefit from that big narrative of RWAs?
Well, for us, it was, we have delayed it a couple of times. It was a question of actually perfecting it out. I mean, we did prove the concept. We started to work like back 2 3 years ago. I mean, we launched our first product, first version of the platform. Um, we were focused to a certain extent in the bear market on survival mode kind of thing. And of course, again, that's one of the differences between, having founders coming from the traditional space, um, or, having more kind of, let's say, cautious cash, especially with your cash flows, with your runway, etc., etc. So, we did delay a couple of the developments for the bull market. Then the bull market started, and we wanted to perfect it out. We relaunched again another version. We launched our NFT corporate bonds like a couple of months ago, but right now we decided to take it a step further. And what I mean by a step further is that we have been developing like crazy. I mean, for the past 3 months, ever since the accelerator started, we just said like, okay, listen, we are here.
Mhm.
We need to get.
If I may, Ivo, one second, if I
Yeah.
may. Sorry about that. There is a little bit of a technical, I think, issue with the voice. It sounds a little bit robotic. If you can perhaps just check on the settings, and in the meantime, while Ivo is checking on the settings again, I want to highlight that Credefi 3.0, from, and then again, huge shout out to Credefi, because they've been rocking the stage for quite a long time. They are taking this honor to be one of the reliable partners, most reliable partners we ever worked with, and um, and as a result, having this Credefi 3.0, which is just like Ivo highlighted, this big step on the RWA scene, it paves the way basically for the next round of utilities, right? So it's about the eye running out. It's about perfecting the whole thing. And in the end, basically, we have the tools, we have the variety, we have the connections, we have, just like Ivo mentioned, the accelerator program right now for the plug and play with JP Morgan and all those big bankers, to unite it all together, basically provide for what RWA is all about, right? And the RWA is about connecting Web 2 and Web 3. It's a perfect bridge, basically, that attaches their real world assets and puts it on the blockchain, right? So having you back, Ivo, what's fundamentally kind of like changed from the user's perspective, from the partner's
From the user,
perspective?
yeah. By the way, can you hear me better now?
It's
I'm
perfect.
terribly sorry for that.
Easy. Now that was perfect.
But yeah, it happens. Um, to be honest, from users' perspective, the platform is much more user friendly. Definitely, we do have a couple of services which we didn't have. We relaunched the original pools, but we are currently opening up collaterals towards tokenized to be served as tokenized assets, etc., etc. So the overall platform, first of all, it looks amazing, guys. Like, please do try it out. Join. We just conducted our beta test. We're basically just fine tuning very, very small design issues which we found, during our testing. And yeah, we're launching on Thursday, so that's it should be amazing. And I do invite everyone to join. We have new staking pools, we have peer-to-peer lending, we have bonds, we have other collaterals to be used on the platform. We're including other projects as well to come on board. So yeah, that's our website with direct link towards the new platform. And you guys are gonna be, I'm sure you guys are gonna be launching, like loving it at some point. Um, Another thing which is very, very, very good about it is that there's two sections to it. One of them is more the crypto oriented section, where people can do everything without any KYC, anything which is required from them. They can just launch and start basically lending, borrowing, staking, and interact with it straight away, straight from the get go. Then there is, the section which is a bit more, let's say, regulated, but that's a good thing, and I'll tell you why. Because we are not only we are active in the EU already, but we are entering the US market. So that's huge for us, and we are very careful to be compliant. But that's not big. Like that's actually a big attestment to what we're doing, because going into the US is a big risk for us and for anybody actually, but we're taking it because we're so sure that whatever we're doing is the right way to do it. So we are very happy on that section as well. And so there's going to be a KYC products requirements, but not all of them. Actually, it's going to be split more like 50-50, and I think users will like that as well. The other thing which is coming, which is huge, is that after all of those products are already live and you will be able to interact with them, etc., etc., we are actually already starting work on something new with a huge partner. And when I say a huge partner, I mean one of probably the biggest names into the space as well. And they're gonna be, yeah, we're partnering up, and we're gonna be providing quite a unique service and feature. It is gonna be a mixture between more traditional, let's say, uh, crypto methodologies, but with the traditional financial methodology. So it's gonna be very interesting, guys. I cannot say more than that, unfortunately, but yeah, we just finalized talks, and we are gonna be offering quite a unique product with different weights towards crypto, traditional assets, RWAs, etc., etc. And I'm sure it's gonna be giving quite decent returns as well. So yeah, this is
Yeah.
again something to look forward to. So not only did we just announce the new platform, we're already working on something new,
Yeah, and
and
knowing
I think
knowing you,
that's how it
Ivo,
should be.
knowing you for quite some time, I know how badly you want to say, how badly you want to speak it out loud to just reveal everything. I know that.
No, no,
I
no,
know
no.
that.
Yeah, I'm keeping it now. We are
I
technically
know that.
under NDA, and
Yeah.
these guys are serious about it. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. No,
I
no,
don't
no. I
want
understand.
to like spoil it too
I
much. But
understand. I
yeah,
understand. And you've got a great responsibility to manage on the other hand, which you've
yeah,
been
that's
doing
true.
very, very well as a leader as well.
That's
Which takes me pretty much to the next question, right? Knowing of the success and penning and then growing already and acting just like you said, not only releasing the platform but actually working on the products immediately on this. It takes me to ask you the next question about the marketing pools, right? Which is a little bit of a different genre, so to speak, right? So talk to me about the marketing pools. Like, why is it important? How is it exactly helping fuel the Credefi's engine?
Well, again, this is all interconnected. We do want to have like different pools with different assets, and at the end of the day, I have this grand, let's say, grand vision of where we want to be like in the next 5 years, etc. And marketing pools, the whole idea behind them is that projects, especially ones which are within the RWA space, which are, let's say, just getting started, or they are having like some unique idea and feature. They do have like, let's say, a utility token coming up, or another form of digital asset which they want to be also interacted, promoted with, etc. People will be able to actually partner up with us in that manner. Let's say, of course, not everyone. We are going to be quite selective in that sense because we are doing our due diligence as with everything else. But people will be able to interact directly with the platform, send requests. It's going to be completely transparent. We're going to be opening different pools, and people will be able to actually provide. It's an additional utility to Credi as well. People will be able to provide Credi, to stake Credi and earn not only our own native tokens, but also they're going to be earning basically and having a diversified option of different, let's say, projects and assets as well. And I mean, I said starting companies, but also we have already a couple of very developed projects which we have spoken with, which are some of them are already our partners, but there's going to be new ones as well. And they're going to be one of the first to go for it. So technically speaking, you guys will be able to stay credit and to receive as rewards, different basically tokens and assets and then different digital
Hmm.
assets as a reward for actually holding and staking credit as well.
Hmm.
So you
Hmm.
will be technically automatically diversifying some of your portfolio through just buying and staking credit.
Got you, got you. And how's that? Is that the one of the main kind of like reasons, the main pathways for Credify to basically spoil the RWA market, right? Is it one of like those partnerships and those utilities, just like you say, those token, that kind of like staking mechanisms? Is it the way that you kind of like want to make sure that Credify just spreads the wings fully in the RWA, or is it something else as well?
Well, it is a mixture of things. I mean, we do want to, as I said, kind of like attract towards ourselves, like, the best of the projects, which we believe that are going to be, a valuable partnership for us, for our growth, but also for them. So let's say, I actually met a project which is amazing. These guys are doing great job with the credit scoring aspect, but digital credit scoring, right? So they are actually, like analyzing data on the wallets, etc. At some point, and I'm pretty sure of that as well. Like, I mean, these guys will be successful because this is something which is necessary in the market. And I think that at some point, being able to do a credit score on retail based on your wallet, it's going to be a win-win for everybody. And Credify is going to be happy to, participate in such kind of, let's say, risk methodology as well. Because at the end of the day, imagine a world where you just have one wallet and basically you can do whatever you want with it. Like you can borrow money, you can lend money, you can invest, and your digital identity is basically the wallet which you're using, right? So
That's a great vision.
That's a great future, very decentralized, what we are all
Yeah.
fighting for.
And
And
how's it? Where the SMEs kind of like come and play? I think for all of our viewers and listeners, knowing that we have time constraints from your perspective as well, like where's the SMEs kind of like part? Is it why like this vision? Is it why you focus so much on the SMEs basically and double down on the strategic edge there?
well, SMEs in general, as always, like I've stated that they're highly underfunded, like underfinanced. People are, and they're a core aspect of the economy, right? So, however, also even they are starting to realize the potential of Web3. So even smaller businesses are starting to accept crypto payments. I was speaking about the big institutions out there, since, as I said, I just came back from the US, and they have grant plans there, but they know that the foundation is actually, like the smaller entities as well. I mean, okay, you can put in, let's say BlackRock puts in like 2-3 billion into crypto. Okay, that's great and it's amazing. But the thing is, like, some of the users which are using BlackRock services, they're SMEs. And by SMEs, let's just put a bracket on it. What does SME mean? A business which is up to 15 million in revenue per annum and less than 100 people. So it's quite a big spectrum of the of the economy out there, and 15 million in revenue is not that bad to be honest, and they are the foundation and the heart of any economy, and they are also looking, okay, I actually spoke like to a guy which is kind of like taking on Starbucks, and he does want to introduce like a utility token to it. Basically, instead of using those stamps which we used to collect like back in the day, etc., from Starbucks for a free coffee or other marketing activities, they are thinking of like already using, let's say, utility tokens for such kind of business activities.
Hmm.
And this is again a great indication of the overall aspect of the market, where it's going, and that it has huge potential, and that everybody kind of realizes that blockchain gives you a lot of possibilities out there. It's an open ledger,
Oh yeah.
and it's a very transparent, very traceable to a certain
Mhm.
extent, and this can help a business immensely, to be honest.
True, true. And the SMEs are responsible, just like you mentioned, for the vast part of any economy, simply because it's a very, very broad term of the
Yeah.
business, right there. And which takes me pretty much to the last question that I have for you, Ivo. And again, of course,
Okay.
beautiful pictures right there, and again, huge success, and it all comes together with the launch of Credefi 3.0, right? Of being able to tokenize the RWAs, the real credit right there for the SMEs. I think those are very big bold words, that many of the people need to delve down and understand it a little bit better. So, what's next if you put it in the layman terms? To put it simple, what's next on the roadmap for Credefi? Like some new partnerships, new products, new tokens, new tokenization products. Like what does it look like?
Yeah, there's gonna be like, we are going to start basically a process where we are gonna be tokenizing most of the collaterals which are offered at Credify. We're gonna be putting them on chain so people can actually, trace. There's gonna be placement tokens for your lending activities. There's gonna be different pools, but as I said, a lot of new partnerships are coming out as well. We are working on increasing the token utilities, such as with the marketing pools, etc. But mainly, and of course, we are fine tuning and preparing for entering the US market, as I said, but also we are preparing for, basically, we're going to be incorporating there as well. And we are, given all the talks we had and everything I kind of like did in the US, we are also going to probably do a small equity round as well with some big names as well, and this would further validate our company. It will further validate Credi as well, and we're working towards this bigger picture, as I said at the end of the road,
Mm.
and so yeah, a lot. But in the next months, basically all the new opportunities the platform gives, entering new markets, entering new partnerships as well. A couple of them. One of them is quite major and significant, quite big as well. And the one which I just discussed just a couple of minutes ago. And yeah, basically growth and prosperity, man.
Love it. Growth and prosperity to anybody who presses on the follow button on Credefi official profile, Credefi Finance right there. Is there any kind of like a other place that you like our viewers and listeners to acknowledge, to figure out, to find, to check?
Well, yeah, as with most people in the space, Telegram is a direct channel where you can find us. We can you can interact even with me personally. I'm quite often there. So Telegram, Twitter is where everything goes live. Like as soon as we decide to release some news, the first thing is Twitter, and of course the Burb Nest. I mean, you
Oh,
guys are like one of best partners we ever had. Like we love you guys, and we think you're doing a great job by informing your community and followers.
thank you. It's the love is mutual, Eva. And if it wasn't for the time constraints, I think we would be sitting and having a
Definitely.
beautiful, beautiful, delicious beer somewhere in the beautiful sunny regions of yours, my friend. Poland is at this time of the year. It's a little bit grayish. Interestingly, there is some rainfall coming, so I would
Okay.
give a lot to be where you are right now. And all in all, huge, like I said, huge shout out to you, Eva, to everybody who's contributing to making basically Credify big, wide, and really fulfilled in committing
The
to
team
RWA scene.
Yeah, the team really pushed themselves hard, to be ready for the summit in Silicon Valley in Sunnyvale, and they have been pushing it really hard for the past 2 3 months now, and I want to shout out and thank them as well. And yeah, guys, I do encourage anybody listening, anybody who is interested in RWA, follow us, check it out. Sure, you will be pleasantly surprised, and I do believe that this is one of the sectors where you cannot get wrong. I mean, it's basically just
Hmm.
the beginning, let's say.
Hmm. This is where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. Ivo Grigorov of our incredible partners at Credify has been our today's guest today, AMA show. Thank you so much, Ivo, for your wealth of knowledge, for generosity, for smile, for looking good always, and keep on
Thank you.
shining, feather, brother.
Well, likewise, the feelings are mutual, and thanks for anybody who was listening, and all the best, guys. Good luck out there, and I'm sure we'll make it together.
Yes, sir. Much love, everybody. God